I've been given teaching assignment for so many years, particularly on wireless communication area, and the subject assigned to me basically is antenna and propagation, where this subject requires students to achieve Bloom's taxonomy up to evaluation, whereby the course outcomes would be the creation, identification, analyze performance of the antenna that the course will cover. Basically, the course is for final year students, and it is an elective course. So for the past 4 years or 5 years, I've been teaching the course. And this course is particularly interesting because it zooms straight to the creation of antenna design, which gives students experience when they go into the industry, especially in telecommunication industry. They get to know how to design an antenna, evaluate, troubleshoot if there are problems with antenna design, and so on. When I got the assignment, teaching assignment for the first time, the first thing that I would do, I did was to design the course delivery in such a way that it will be meaningful for the students to learn. One of the particular challenges that I see in this course is that students have known antenna, they have seen antenna anywhere around them, but they don't know how it works, they don't know how to build it. They are afraid that building an antenna or designing an antenna will be a challenging subject. To be honest, when I first started designing the delivery, one thing that I would like to point out here, my approach would be on number one, curiosity, to develop curiosity among students. Number two, fantasy, that means they can imagine anything related to antenna. And number three, they should be able to critically create antenna. So with these three approach, I have used several methods in student-centered learning approaches. Namely, number one, the number one thing, the number one method that I use is problem-based learning. When I first started for the course for last 5 years, I've started with problem-based learning, and then I moved to project-oriented problem-based learning, meaning that I give projects to students rather than just a problem for them to solve in one particular small topics in PBL. So I have developed along the line a project that the student will do to design the whole antenna system for communication, and with the help of e-learning, digital education, digital technology, digital tools, the approach that I have now is more on integrated design project, where the students, not only the students are aware of the technical part, but also they are aware of the social challenges, the social issues that they have to face when they go out. For example, in antenna design, people have talked about radiation. People are afraid of radio frequency radiation. So these are the things that we cater in the classroom for the students to consider when they design the antenna. Right. One thing that I want to point out in my delivery, one of the activities that I particularly give emphasis on is during the induction set. As you know, induction set is actually at the start of the course, where normally it will be around 5 to 10 minutes of the time that you are delivering the course face to face. But one particular thing that I did for my class is that I think the induction set is very, very important to be given attention because it involves the aptitude of students, the affective side of students. You want the students to be interested in your course. If you fail to do that in your first class or fail to do that in the first 5 to 10 minutes of your class, then you fail to capture their interest. So what I did was during my first class, my first 10 minutes with students, for example, what I did was I trained the students to use their prior knowledge. In that sense, what I did was one of the activity is the students will have to do three things. Number one is they have to draw an antenna that they have seen before. That is called prior knowledge. Using prior knowledge to entice them to study more. Number two, they have to draw the antenna that they have not seen before. That means they have to use their imagination to create to draw that antenna. Number three, they have to present in 2 or 3 minutes video saying that where they have seen the antenna before and why they have not seen the antenna that they have drawn in the category of have not seen antenna. After a few years, I moved from drawing to actually making a model using clay. So the students are actually playing with clay to produce the shape of the antenna that they have seen and the one that they have not seen. So through that activity, I can see the participation, the interest have grown throughout the years. I will keep doing the activity that I think will be beneficial for my students. For me, I think innovation, sometimes people would say that innovation in teaching and learning is about doing a new thing that other people have not done before. For me, innovation is you do new things that you have not done before, not other people have not done before. The thing is that with innovation in teaching and learning, number one, you have to have purpose. When you do innovation, purpose is the most important thing because as far as I've concerned, delivering classes for the past like 11 years in UPM, I've seen trends that people do innovation where it shouldn't be done in the first place. In the name of innovation alone is not good enough for us to do something new in our class. The purpose has to be clear. Number one, you need to have purpose in the sense that you want the students to like the course. You want the students to have the pedagogical skills in the course, meaning that self-driven, determined learning in the course. Once you have developed the self-determined learners, then the rest of the things it will become easier for students to grasp. Number two is that when you do innovation, whatever innovation, or you want to do the same innovation that I do, where I particularly focus on induction set, the first thing is that you need to determine what activity you want to do first. Number one, purpose. Number two, set of activities that will contribute to the purpose that you want to do. This is what we call learning design. It has to be designed for a lecturer to deliver a subject, a course. But it may take a learning buffet for the students to learn. So that learning buffet, you have to decide based on what the students' interest and also learning style.